Hey, Juraskians. I'm back with another episode of Pickups. It's been a long time. Work has had me super busy, but I have a very special guest with me today. I have Sonic Monkey, or Monkey Sonic, as he wants to be called by this video. It's a work in progress. Say hi, Sonic Monkey.
Hi.
So, we picked up some games, and Monkey Sonic actually got himself a Switch for Christmas. So our pickups today are going to be him starting off his Switch games, and then I'll go on to my litany of stuff that I bought for Christmas and during game hunts with my brother when he came to visit during these holidays. So, Monkey Sonic, when do you get us started with your first Switch game?
Okay, so this is Rayman Legends Defective Edition. And so it's a really cool game. It's 10 plus years old. So it's if you have never seen a Nintendo, if you have never played a Nintendo game, and this is like what the disc looks like.
It's a little cartridge, right?
Yeah, a cartridge, and yeah, so in this game, you like fight monsters, and there's this little frog guy right here to help you. It's kind of a hard game. It's my favorite game one of my favorites. So yeah.
So is it a tricky game though?
Yeah, it's really hard.
But you're still working on it, right?
Yeah, I'm still working on it. My favorite level is a quicksand level where you just run from the quicksand.
That sounds pretty awesome. Let's go on to the next one. I remember having lots of memories of Rayman growing up. What's the next game you got for us, Monkey Sonic?
So this game is called Animal Crossing.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of a peaceful game. So you build to you go on an island, and it's kind of like you get to name the island, and you get to build tools and craft
Ooh, that's
stuff.
really nice artwork on the inside there.
Yep. So this is kind of like another game, and so but not I'm not gonna explain that game right now, but later
Are
I
you
will.
nice to your neighbors in this game?
No, I'm not.
All
So
right, buddy. So what else do you have in store for us from your pretty epic haul of Switch games for Christmas? What's next?
so
Oh,
is
this is a good one.
Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. So I'll just start with yeah, Super Mario 3D World. So it's kind of it's a parkour, and it's a parkour game.
Like a platformer, maybe?
Yeah, platformer,
Uh-huh.
and it's really hard, but you
Oh,
get
that's awesome looking.
but yeah, so yeah, I've been working on this one for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I am on the third world, and there's 8 worlds. So now moving on to Bowser's Fury, it's a game that kind of throws you into it. So you team up with Bowser Jr. To stop up the Bowser, who has been corrupted by this dark goo, and every sometimes he turns into this monster and wakes up.
That looks a little terrifying.
Yeah.
I might want to like poop my pants a little.
So yeah. It's an open world game, and you gotta complete missions with cat shines, so you can make lighthouses light up and fight, and eventually fight Bowser.
That sounds really awesome.
Okay, so next up we have The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Ooh.
Now, I like this game because it's another open world game.
Our open world is that kind of like your thing?
Yeah. So yeah, this is a fighting game, and you go around the world trying to find shrines, and and you're Link. So yeah, and you gain powers because there's this monster guy. I don't really. There's this monster guy, and he basically fights you, I don't know. We don't really know what happened yet because I haven't really gotten super far in this game.
It's a really cool game, but it would be more of a instead of a fighting game, more of like an adventure game, right?
Yeah, an
Action
adventure
adventure type of game.
And this artwork is really cool.
Ooh, that is really cool. I like that.
So yeah.
Really neat game, buddy. What do you got next?
So this is Minecraft Dungeons.
Ooh.
If you remember Animal Crossing, Minecraft is one that I was going to tell you about, but Minecraft Dungeons is it's sort of different because the story is there's this evil villager who just wanted to be good, and all the villagers accept him, and but then he got corrupted by the Orb of Dominance, and he became king of the Illagers.
Illagers or villagers?
Illagers.
Oh, that's a very interesting play on words they use there. I like that.
So yeah, so you are going around this world, stopping the illager the plans to build and conquer villages. Yeah. So you fight monsters, and there are some really cool bosses. I have not made it that far into the game.
You've been playing this one with your brother a lot, huh? It's a really good multiplayer game.
Mm-hmm. It is a 1 to 4 player game, but if you're on the TV or tablet, but if you have the screen and both of your controllers are plugged into the screen, it's only a 1-player game.
It's a pretty cool sounding game, buddy. Does your brother die on purpose in this game sometimes?
I think so.
What do you have next?
Okay, so this game is called Star Wars The Skywalker Saga.
That's a Lego one, huh?
Yep. So basically, you get to choose episodes, and your choices are if you want to start on episode 4 and episode 1 or episode 1. And so as you complete each episodes, you unlock more episodes, and there are some really cool boss fights in here. So yeah.
That sounds like a fun game, like another adventure game.
Yeah, it's really hard though. So yeah, you get to play as multiple characters, and it's like all other Lego games. You collect studs to unlock characters that you can't normally unlock.
Awesome. Sounds really neat. And the last Switch game we got is your favorite one, right?
Mm-hmm. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So, you fight. So in this game, you fight other Nintendo characters as another Nintendo character. There are really cool power-ups, and yeah. So I've been recently playing this, so that's why the cartridge is missing.
I see.
Now this artwork shows you every character you can be, and my personal favorite character is Sonic.
And the villager, right?
Oh yeah, and the villager, and my third favorite is Ridley.
Ridley is pretty cool.
So, and I think another one of my favorite things about this game is you can play as Pokemon.
That's the Pokemon trainer, right?
So you could be Incineroar or the Pokemon trainer, which comes with Charizard, Squirtle, and Ivysaur.
That sounds really awesome.
And you can play as Greninja, and also Lucario and Mewtwo.
Pokemon that your daddy doesn't even know.
And Jigglypuff.
That is pretty cool, buddy. That's awesome, Sonic Monkey. That's a pretty cool, epic selection of Switch games they got for Christmas. Will we be seeing you on more episodes?
Yeah.
You promise? Yeah, we're going to definitely pick up more Switch games, right?
Yep.
All right. Now that adorable Monkey Sonic is done doing his presentation, I will move on to my games, and I'll walk you guys through some stuff that I picked up. Let's start off with, as you guys know, physical media is rapidly dying, and almost all the GameStops in my area are gone. But I picked up some goodies before they closed. Starting off with the Yakuza Remastered Collection. For those of you guys that don't know, the Yakuza Remastered Collection, I still have the nice little sticker there. Yakuza 3 and 4 on one disc and 5 on the other. For those of you guys that don't know, Yakuza 3, 4, and 5, correct me if I'm wrong, had not been released stateside until this remastered collection. So I'm still missing 1 and 2, which I would rather do the Kiwami versions. I have 0, and I'm missing 6. I also have, obviously, Like a Dragon and Infinite Wealth. So, yeah, I'm really excited to get into this series eventually. I'm not as big a fan of the brawler type iterations of this game, except for Like a Dragon Ishin. That was phenomenal. But yeah, I'm really excited to eventually get into this series. I need to play through 0. Then I'll probably have to pick up Kiwami 1 and 2, or play the originals on the PS2, which would be kind of cool also. But yeah, I'm really excited to get this one. This is reasonably priced, and pumped to own it. And now, when I went to GameStop the final day before they closed, I picked up a couple of games. They had basically boxed up everything. And I had dibs on some art pieces that I wanted for the game room. But unfortunately, they had given them away to others. They actually came through and picked them up. So the best I could do was pick up a couple of games from their drawers before they fully boxed up. They were literally closing up shop. So the first one I got was Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch for the PS3. Nice and complete. I've wanted this one. I remember when this game came out, it looked amazing. I love RPGs, as some of you guys may know. And the art style from Studio Ghibli, however that's pronounced, Ghibli, whatever it's pronounced, was really neat with the cell shading. It's aged wonderfully with nice voice acting. It's a big open world kind of RPG that's more of an endearing childhood tale of coming of age. It seems like what it seems to be. I played it for a couple hours. It was a lot of fun. The story building and the world building is really nice. I am kind of pumped to get back into it eventually. It's a massive game from what I understand. So I'll have to set aside some time to play through this classic that a lot of people speak fondly of. And the last game I picked up from the GameStop before it closed down forever, and I have no GameStops in my area anymore, is Red Faction Armageddon. A dirt cheap game. If you are even remotely, and it's actually in the PS3 right now, if you're even remotely interested in Red Faction and the destructible environments, I highly recommend Armageddon. I'm not a huge Red Faction fan, but this game is phenomenal. Like, the storyline is really cool. The graphics are decent. The gunplay is really meaty and weighty. The destructible environments and the way you can rebuild them with like a terraformer tool is amazing. I'm really impressed with how much destruction you can cause in this game. Honestly, for such an, it's an older game. This is like, how old? I don't know exactly when this game came out, but it's definitely over 10 years old. Probably in the 2011. This game came out in 2011. It's almost 15 years old, and it is phenomenal. It's a lot of fun. I've actually played a lot of the campaign. I think if I dedicate a couple more sessions, I might finish it. Gnarly Seabass, I know you're a fan of the Red Faction games on the PS3. I don't know if you have this one. If you don't, I highly recommend the pickup. It's dirt cheap and a lot of fun. All right. My brother was visiting, as you may know, for the holidays, and we went game hunting. One of the games he insisted I pick up was Iridian 3D for the GBA. Now, plays like an on rails type shooter, like a tube shooter type of thing, and it's like mercilessly difficult. It's really really tough, but the soundtrack is cool. The gunplay is pretty neat from the little spaceships. The presentation is good. The graphics are nice for this handheld. I've been playing it every now and I got to the first boss who keeps destroying me. I heard that after that it gets even more difficult. But Iridian 3D was a nice little pickup and it was super cheap. As a fan of shoot 'em ups, my brother knew exactly what to recommend. This game did not disappoint. Iridian 3D. All right, let's go on with more game hunt stuff. With the goofy stuff first. We have Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2011 for the Wii. A lot of people often pick up this particular game just to use the case as a donor case to replace other cases that are kind of ratty on higher value or nicer games. If you guys don't know, Cabela's is obviously a big store. It's a chain of stores that sell hunting equipment or camping equipment, things like the outdoorsy nature. For those of you that are outdoorsy and camping inclined and hunting inclined. So they're a legit company that's very, very serious and they take pride in their business and they're great. They made this game. They made a series of Cabela's games. This one in particular has a really unique storyline where like you hunt down a werewolf or something. Remember, this is Cabela's. This is like saying going to Bass Pro and they have a game where you fight a minotaur. Like it's so off the wall and crazy that it's just interesting to see and play through. The motion controls are nicely implemented. The graphics are not fantastic. This is the Wii, but it's a fun game. I played a couple of missions and I was very amused by how cheesy the story was and the monster that came out and mauled everyone. It was really, really cool. Like it gave you like a horror movie vibe that you're getting stalked by this beast. Really fun stuff. Check it out. And it's once again another game that you could probably get for around $5. Let's get really goofy now. PS2, Dog's Life. It's great being a dog. My brother and I played this game for a while, and I'm not sure if it's great being a dog, but it is definitely goofy and weird. This plays like it looks like a really terrible bootleg direct-to-DVD Pixar movie, and from a not really Pixar company with kind of horrendous voice acting. And the premise here is this dog who escapes the pound or some dog nappers, and you have to get your friends back, your girlfriend back, or something like that. I was sold only because one time on Reddit a long time ago, someone asked for some quirky and offbeat PS2 games. And one suggestion was A Dog's Life, and the original poster said, well, why do you recommend it? Why is it offbeat and weird? He says, you're a dog, you can poop, pick up the poop with your mouth, and throw it at people. That alone, I said, I'm sold. Well, I have not gotten to that point yet. There are definitely points that you race like chihuahuas and you sniff around and you can urinate on things and you can fart. I haven't gotten the command to poop yet, but you can bet that as soon as I get the command to poop, I will pick it up with the dog's mouth and throw it at people. So yeah, and it's kind of like an open world mission-based game. Really weird, cheap. This case in particular, I was a little disappointed. I was looking for this game for a while, believe it or not. Yep, that's what I do. And this case looked like it came out of a dog's butt. But I cleaned it up pretty well, and it's a lot nicer now. Yeah, Dog's Life. It's a really, really interesting, let's just call it interesting game. All right. Next was one of the pickups that got me really excited. It's Wet for the PS3. Nice and complete. This game is actually getting kind of pricey now, and it was priced accordingly at the game store. And I saw it, and I was like, I need to get this. This is a Grindhouse movie-inspired hack and slash that's very episodic in nature. Very Quentin Tarantino-esque vibes coming off of this. You play as the foul-mouthed Ruby Malone as she shoots her way through about 5 to 6 levels with her dual revolvers and her samurai sword. Cheesy Grindhouse story. Some turret sections very early. I think this is a 2007 PS3 game. You can tell by this older spine. Let me see. 2009. Yeah, 2009. So, very early PS3 game. It hasn't aged very well. Ruby has all the maneuvers of a Max Payne type character. She'll slow mo as she jumps in the air to target with her guns, or slide on her knees while shooting, vault off of enemies while shooting. The whole time, she auto locks with one pistol on one enemy during all these maneuvers, and the other one you can manually move so she can target multiple enemies effectively at once. And she can vault off of things, spin on like rafters and poles while shooting and slashing. Really, she can wall run. It's really, really cool that they gave her such an acrobatic moveset. Unfortunately, the game kind of controls like a tank, and her movement set, I don't think, is used properly for the level design. It just doesn't gel very well. It's kind of clunky, I'll say it. It's a very clunky game. It's kind of a struggle to get through at times, and the story is pretty interesting and cheesy, but the ending is so atrocious. This is the only game I've beaten so far in the new year, but the ending is so bad that it was essentially A Dog's Life, as far as endings. If A Dog's Life weirdness was bad, and it could be somehow an ending to something. I don't know what I'm saying right now. I'm saying, like, basically the ending is atrocious, the worst thing I've ever seen. It's basically a quick time event, and that's it for the big bad. And it's just bad. They were setting up for a part 2 that never happened. Made by Bethesda. If that sounds kind of like interesting, check it out. It is a little pricey, and it was on my list forever. Wet for the PS3. Moving on to more pickups that I had with Gnarly Seabass with my brother. We have the Mega Man Zero ZX Legacy Collection on the PS4. 6 action-packed games in one giant collection. Has Mega Man 0, 02, 03, 04, Mega Man ZX, and ZX Advent. This is a Tough as Nails compilation of portable Mega Man games that I did not own. And I am a Mega Man aficionado, as you may know, and I needed to get this. The controls are not optimized very well initially, so you definitely need to change them around to better jump and shoot controls. So it's cool to have this compilation. I like to be kind of a Mega Man completionist. I need to hoard all the Mega Man games and one day get through them all. I played through all 6 of the originals and beaten the 6 original NES games. I love them. I love them so much that I tried to play them like once a year throughout all 6, but that quickly fell apart because there's just too many games to play. But yeah, Mega Man Zero ZX Legacy Collection, really cool pickup. I saw actually originally they had Mega Man ZX on the DS complete unboxing. It looked really cool, but then right next to it, for even cheaper than the DS game, because DS games are expensive, they had this collection on the PS4. I just had to get it. This one's weird. We're going to get really strange here. With, on the PS4, Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter. Once again, lose the clothes, save your life. Really, really strange. It's in the PS4. This case, someone got very angry at some point and smashed it and folded the manual because they hate life, I guess. But basically, you play as these chicks that blast zombies in a school. And it's really, really strange. It's very fan servicey. This is the type of game that I think Radical Reggie probably dreams about. He probably has a body pillow of one of the schoolgirl characters. But it's weird. I saw it and I've heard kind of mixed things. It's supposed to be part of a universe of a bigger universe. I forget exactly which one. But the gunplay is surprisingly solid depending on which girl you're playing as. The handgun girl sucks. Sniper rifle chick sucks. But the shotgun and the assault rifle girl are solid, and so is the submachine gun girl. Really kind of weird, quirky gameplay. You spawn into the school, you have a mission, either go point A to point B, eliminate a certain number of zombies. The graphics are not great, gunplay is not great, but it's kind of fun. The storyline sucks, but it's a really weird game. I think, the Onikambara series kind of feeds into it, the bikini zombie slayers things. Yeah, Radical Reggie stuff. Yeah, I had to get it. Never seen it before. I needed to nab it. Next game is really awesome, and one of my favorite things that I picked up with Gnarly Seabass, Resident Evil Revelations 2. I'm a big fan recently of Resident Evil stuff. I'm kind of getting my feet or my toes into the scary games that are Resident Evil. This one's less scary. And I co-op played through the whole thing. Gnarly Seabass and I binged through this whole game in about three days. And with multiple sessions, about 3 days, we blitzed through this game and we had a blast. Really neat. Every character's super unique. There's not just like, oh, gun dude number one and gun dude number two. No, there's usually one character that does the majority of the gunplay, and the second is more of a support, like fixing puzzles, or they can only see certain enemies. The storyline is whatever, kind of forgettable. The characters are okay, but the fun of playing this game in co-op, on couch co-op, split screen, was just amazing. It really was. And this one, I believe, has all the DLC on it, which my brother and I checked out briefly, and we decided that was kind of lame. But we beat the whole story, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. Gnarly Seabass, I really hope that you pick up a copy of this locally so that you can maybe play this one with your buddies up there, or we can even play online again with our knowledge now and seeing how different the online experience would be as opposed to the couch co-op. But yeah, really cool Resident Evil game. And there's a monster in it that he has a chainsaw for an arm or something, and when he always says balls, even when he's mutated afterwards, he screams balls. I think it's funny. And the last pickup from the Game Hunt was this pretty nice copy of Super Smash Melee for the GameCube. I need a replacement case for this. This is the player's choice version. It was priced very nicely, and I definitely needed to get it. I remember this game fondly. It's in my memories forever. When my brother had his GameCube, and this is one of the games he played, this game looked like so much fun, and I would play this with him every now and then. I remember being in high school when this game came out, and my friends would say, like the friends that, because I had a PS2, and some friends had a GameCube, and they said, yeah, man, the graphics in Smash Brothers, they said, I remember this to this day, my buddy turned to me and goes, can you imagine graphics ever looking any better than this? Like, it looks like a photograph. It looks amazing. And here we are in 2025, and, you know, graphics now, they blow this out of the water. But this is, from my understanding, still considered one of the best Smash games, the one that really put the series on the map. And it's still competitive to this day. I think competitive play. I'm really, really pumped to have this and play through this. It's just a nostalgia bomb. Like, everything in this game is a massive nostalgia bomb, and it's still good. It still holds up pretty well. And it still looks great. It really does. Yeah, Super Smash Melee. Now let's move on to Christmas. We had a nice little Christmas haul. Starting off with my parents getting me the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection on the PS4. This is really cool. And it comes with a little comic, like a little tiny little full color comic. Really neat. I have the original MVC2, MVC-V2, whatever, however that works, on the PS2. And my brother said, yeah, this is good, so you'll preserve your PS2 copy and your PS2, which is a good thought. And the other Marvel games are not as good. If you play Marvel vs. Capcom 2, you don't need the others in the collection, but they are cool as, once again, a nostalgia thing, because I used to play some of them on the PS1 back in the day with my childhood friends. But the coolest thing in this collection, and not enough people talk about, is that the Punisher arcade game, the perfect port, is on here. And it's the first time that game has been really available. There is a Genesis Punisher beat-em-up game that's a port of the arcade game. And it's kind of awful because I think it's limited to one player, and you can't pick up weapons like handguns and things and beat people. So this is the arcade perfect port, and it's amazing. I beat the Punisher arcade game back in the day at a local, like, little arcade somewhere when I was a kid in Miami with my uncle. I remember I just kept asking for quarters over and over and over. The arcade machine even glitched to the point that I was stuck only on one portion of the screen, and I kept using the Punisher's like spin kick, and I beat the whole arcade game. It was pretty cool. Cool memory, and now I have that game along with a fantastic collection of Marvel vs. Capcom games on this disc. Really cool to have. Next one was a gift for my brother and my sister-in-law, Evil West. It's still sealed for the PS4. Neat story about this one. Our cousin DJ told me and my brother that this was a phenomenal game. And Cousin DJ never disappoints with his recommendations so far. UFC 3 was great. This is fantastic. We picked it up. My brother had picked this up also. And we played through to check it out. And we were really enthralled and kind of thrilled. It's like you're this cowboy that hunts like vampires. And it's kind of giving me like, what's that other, the PS2 game that I did a while ago? Anyway, that you're also Jericho Cross and you're a vampire hunting cowboy that's also part vampire. I don't know if this guy's part vampire, but he has really cool powers. Think about like God of War in the Wild West with zombies and vampires, and you get the idea. Graphics are great. It has a free PS5 upgrade, which is how I will be playing it when I get to this game. I think it's a relatively quick playthrough, and I am really, really pumped to get into this game. This is one of those rare times when people are bringing back like PS2 era type games when people took chances. Like, hey, let's make a game about a cowboy that hunts vampires in the Wild West. And everybody's like, yeah, sounds great. That's fantastic. I love like new ideas, new settings. This is going to be really, really cool. I'm excited to get into Evil West hopefully soon. Next one was another gift from my brother. He had this sealed in his collection. We cracked the seal open on New Super Mario Brothers Wii. The cool little red case with a red spine. Really nice. Minty disc. My brother and I played this for a while. It's basically if you took the Super Mario and NES Mario games of yore and bumped them up to performance specs of the Wii. It has aged beautifully. The graphics are great, and we had a lot of fun. It was a little frustrating at times. You would jump off of each other. You would bump into each other in midair on jumps and stuff, but it made for some creative solutions to things. I would assume that couch co-op is the way to play this. Playing it alone is probably nowhere near as much fun, but this was awesome. Thank you so much, Gnarly Seabass. I really enjoyed all my gifts. These were all fantastic pickups. Moving on to the games that my wife and my kids got me for Christmas. First, we have Solstice for the PS5. Once again, this is another one of those, and I'm going to cover this code because I kind of want the digital art book and soundtrack, maybe. This is a hack and slash PS2 era type game where you play as twin sisters. One has a massive sword and the other one's a ghost that's more of a support character, and you fight through baddies. I have not had a chance to play this one yet either. I'm a little bit leery of it being made by Modus because Modus also made Cris Tales, and Cris Tales is trash. But I've heard middling things about this game, and it sounds like my type of game. I think I'm going to like it. I tend to go for those kind of games that a lot of others don't like Wanted Dead, God Hand, even though that's gotten a lot more recognition lately and appreciation. But Solstice looks like a really, really fun game. Once again, it's a game that it's in a medieval setting, and it's a little different with your support character. You can build each character up. It looks cheesy. The combat looks meaty, though, and the monsters look kind of neat. I'm pretty pumped to get into this one. Eventually, it's supposed to be a quick playthrough as well. Next up is another gift from my family. This is Dragon's Dogma 2, and this is what I've been playing for at least 30 hours so far. I think it's a massive game that's going to take me a long time to beat. It's in the PS5 right now. I've wanted this one since it came out, and I just finally got it. It's a lot of fun. If you guys love the original Dragon's Dogma, you will not be disappointed with this. Massive open world. You create your main character, then a pawn character that gets sent to the Rift, aka online. And online, other players can summon your pawn into their world. You can have up to two other pawns with you besides your main pawn at once. They gain experience from whatever world they're in, basically. And if they go on different quests, your pawn will come back with that knowledge, and vice versa. Other pawns may have maybe further in the game than you. You can hire pawns at a higher level than you are for a special resource called Rift Crystals. Really fun game. The combat's amazing, like a Monster Hunter-esque thing. You can pick up enemies, throw them. You can climb bigger ones like chimeras and dragons and griffins. Oh my. It's really, really cool with a great upgrade system. It's just all around fun with a bunch of classes. It looks beautiful. It runs really great. I heard when this game first came out, it had some performance issues on the PS5, but it I have no complaints. It runs flawlessly. It looks beautiful. It crashed on me once in 30 hours, but after a super rocky launch, you can only expect some things. But I'm gonna count that as a little mishap. I'm not. It runs flawlessly. It's a great game. And the last game I got, I ordered this one after Christmas. Shinobi Non Grata for the PS4, still sealed from strictly limited games. This is release number 82, copy number 901 out of 1500. Came with a couple of postcards too. So I rag on Radical Reggie, but every now and then his pickups show me something really cool. And this game, when he showed it on his pickups a little while ago, he has I think that guy has 3 pickup videos a day. But he, this game is like a Ninja Gaiden type game, except it looks slightly more forgiving with a boss rush style of gameplay. You fight through, generic ninjas and their dogs and maybe owls and rats. Who knows? Typical 8-bit aesthetic. Also, by the way, looks great. And eventually, you get to a boss, and the bosses are challenging, and it's really cool. You have these sub weapons like a shotgun, throwing stars, some other stuff I'm not remember because I just remember watching the video briefly. But I have not played this yet. But I love Ninja Gaiden on the NES. It's like a battle between Ninja Gaiden and Mega Man as to what's my favorite game series on the original NES. So this looked like right up my alley. I love the artwork. This looked like a lot of fun. Kind of funny. I saw this as soon as I saw the video. I was like, I kind of need to get this game. So I went on eBay, good old eBay, and I found this copy for very cheap. And I was like, huh, and still sealed. And it's like a strictly limited thing. So this guy doesn't know what he has. So I immediately ordered it. And then I went to the strictly limited site, and they still had this game for sale. It had just released or something. And it was actually very slightly, like a few bucks cheaper than the copy I picked up on eBay. So I was like, oh, dang it, I could have gotten it for cheaper. But sure as heck, the guy that sold me this immediately put up a bunch of more listings for this game, more copies. He had probably bought out a bunch of them, and each one was increasingly more and more expensive. A few bucks each time, to the point now that it's probably double of what I paid. And I'm not sure if Strictly Limited is sold out on it yet, but they will be soon enough. And all things considered, I think I got a great deal on this in the end. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's it for the game pickups. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I have no real stinkers, and I think Sonic Monkey has no stinkers. He's enjoyed all his games. Right, Sonic Monkey? Yeah. Exactly. So as far as and I knew Dragon's Dogma 2 was going to be great, so I can't even say it's a surprise gem. Lots of cool stuff. I would say my favorite, though, has been RE Revelations 2, because of playing it with my brother on the couch. It was a great experience. I will remember that and cherish that memory, because that was a lot of fun. The stinker would probably have to be it's going to be a fight. I think it's going to be Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter, I expected it to be trash, and it kind of is. Wet was very disappointing too, though, but I still beat it. I gave it a 6.5, maybe a 7 out of 10. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this pickup video, and I've been very busy with work, guys, so hopefully I'll be putting out more content at a more regular pace going forward. But you never know. Life is kind of crazy right now, work especially. But you guys are all going through that. You know the drill. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate the viewership, and I definitely hope to see you next time on the next Churrasco Voltor video. Thank you for watching. It's Churrasco Voltor signing out.